Next is Vanessa KUMMERLE.
Vanessa. Good evening.
First question, why are you interested in serving on the city's planning commission? In your response, please include a summary of your relevant education skills and experience, including any past civic involvement.
Okay, well, thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. I've lived in Emeryville for 20 years, and it's the longest I've lived anywhere in my life, so there's one thing. Owner and president of V Horticulture. It's a residential landscape design build firm, and I'm a licensed landscape contractor and have been since 1997. I have a background in fine art and design and a degree from the California College of the Arts in Oakland, and I've also gone to school for landscape architecture at UC Berkeley and also studied at Merritt College in the horticulture department in Oakland. I am an Alameda County certified green business and also certified Bay-friendly landscape rater, designer and maintenance professional. And Bay-friendly, I don't know if you know, it's part of our general plan that we follow their guidelines, and they're part of stopwaste.org to reduce landfill waste going to the landfill and improve the environment. So that's important to me. And I was one of the original organizers of the Burning Man project, which you may have heard of, out in the Nevada desert. And that was until '96, and I coordinated with law officers and the BLM and obviously the community out there, and created that event. I've served on, as you know, the General Plan Update Steering Committee and the chaired the Zoning Update Steering Committee until completion. And I work to change people's lives every day, and by creating environments that support life and happiness.
What do you see as the role of a planning commissioner?
So, role of a planning commissioner is to thoughtfully review and consider projects, provide recommendations and direction using the general plan as the basis of intent and the zoning ordinance as the prescription. So we make recommendations, we advise city council in any way on any matters that you desire in city planning, growth, development, any future amendments that may come up to the general plan, and also wherever there are possible benefits to the city through our new project bonus system. We will, I consider it our role to assist in suggesting community engagement to the developers to create quality benefits and highest good for all.
Describe your knowledge of the city's general plan and any other major planning documents that have been adopted by the City Council in the past 2 years.
So yes, I've worked on the general plan and the zoning update steering committee, so pretty well versed in that. And while I've served on the commission, also reviewed and made recommendations on the sustainable transportation plan, the PED bike plan, the housing element, and as a subset of the housing element, just recently we had some strategies to create more family-friendly housing come to us, and we are looking for more information on that and looking forward to seeing some suggestions that come back to us. So I think that's important that we get that right going forward. And we also did a review on the urban forestry ordinance, and I think that actually could still use some more work as well.
Give one example of a recent economic development or housing project in Emeryville that exemplifies your point of view regarding design, community benefit, and/or community process, and explain why.
Well, you probably aren't going to be too surprised that I'm going to pick the Doyle Hollis Park and the Greenway. I think that greening of the cities is one of the main, and nature as a focal point to create connection with human beings is one of the main things that is going to keep the urban environment livable and keep people connecting in community. So it's in terms of making people healthy, feel better, meeting their neighbors, sequestering carbon, and just relating one-on-one with dogs, kids, and getting out of their cars. It's a magnificent example.
Okay, I guess it's back to me. Does passing? No?
You have the unique position to be an incumbent. So as you think back about your time having served on the commission, what are you proudest of? And kind of the flip side, what do you wish you might have done differently?
Well, as serving on the commission, I am proudest of diligently each meeting and each time that we've met, reviewing the documents, taking in all information, doing research, and making sure that I was able to serve and listen and think as creatively and thoroughly as possible for each project that came before us. And I guess the thing that I regret is that I don't have all the time in the world to devote to this. So yeah, as for having a full-time job, this is it's an endlessly fascinating subject, and so there's only so much time.
I understand that.
Or number of subjects, you know.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I'd like to ask you about the green space that you just touched on, and what Emeryville could do, given our limited amount of space, to further improve on that. You can fold in something about trees if you want, but I'm just kind of curious. We struggle with the number of acres per person measure, I think, and I'm curious how you could see the Planning Commission helping to support change in that.
Well, as a urban landscape professional, every square inch that one can green and make more enjoyable and attractive and generally better serving the community, the better. So each project needs to look at that in terms of where can we shoehorn in another tree, another center around which, say, a development is built. So having a green space in the center, you know, always, it's as we need to have more density, we're going to need more public spaces and even private spaces that we can share and that are outdoors. So everything just has to be looked at through that lens.
Jack?
No, I'm good.
Well, I think I'm good because I walk by your house and I see that that effect.
Shoehorning them in.
You have more green than anybody else I know of in Emeryville, so congratulations on that. And also thank you for your term and what you've done for the city of Emeryville for this number of years. So I guess we'll turn back to Karen.
You have a minute for closing remarks.
Okay, well, I chose to live in Emeryville because it's a small town in a big city. And I've seen it grow and change dramatically over the years, and yet there's this small town feeling that's retained, and I see it often in these chambers when I come in here. And as a citizen, and stand right here and voice my opinion, and I see people that I live with daily carefully listen to me and just consider my suggestions and maybe even take them, maybe even act upon them. It's an exciting sample of the democratic process, and I'm a great number of qualified candidates, and I thank you for allowing me to serve.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.